Hello, welcome to this video. We are going to be looking at English as language 1 in the 20th August 2023 paper. Let's take it. So we're looking at paper with code E. This is language 1 and English. Let's move on. So question 91, a teacher shows a movie with captions to learners of class 6. The movie is based on one of the chapters in the textbook. The movie with captions will encourage what? So, active listening strategies, yes, active viewing and authentic language. So, this is the correct answer. Let's see what else is there in the options. Active viewing and listening, this is a partly correct answer. So, it has already been included in option 1. Students to watch more such movies, so that's not the objective. Listening strategies by verbal cues, we are not getting verbal cues out here, we are getting written cues out here. And appreciate actions of actors, you don't want to really do that. Write a review, they can do otherwise. So option 1 is correct. Assertions and reason, question 92, a child in his early childhood uses more verbs than nouns, this is correct. And he ignores grammar rules, this is totally correct. Why? Because they lack vocabulary range, this is also true. So both a and R are true, and R is the correct reason for A. Question 93, a child shares her language classroom experiences with her mother and says that sometimes we cover our eyes and the teacher asks us to pick out an object from a bag. Then we have to try and describe it. It's a very good way. So what does it show? So I remember language well when I move. She's a kinesthetic learner. So anything with touch, movement will help her, not hearing, copying or seeing. Question 94, read the example of what a learner does and choose the strategy that matches the example. If I don't know what something means, I look it up. So she is consulting reference materials. Opportunities for practice, confused, no. Focusing on qualifications, no. So answer is option 1, consulting reference materials. 95, a diagnostic test is used to assess. To ability to summarize, no. Recognize their own language mistakes, no. Ranking the learner's strong and weak points in language. So that is why we will use a diagnostic test. Question 96, a proficiency test always assesses. So something that a proficiency test will always assess. Level of the language that the learner has learned. Yes, this is correct. Let's see what else they've given. Language that the students have been taught. So no, we are not going to look at what has been taught, but what the learner has learned. Multisensory, no. Language of daily conversation, no. So when we are checking your proficiency, we'll see what level of language you have learned. 97, a teacher divided learners into groups and asked them to do a quiz about elephants before reading a story. So what is the objective? So this is to generate interest in the topic, not to give any feedback or review or memory. Question 98, in a language classroom, a student is disturbing the class. To handle this disruptive student, what should the teacher do? First, talk to the child and offer remedies. That should be the basic thing. Address the diligent students, yes, but do what? Depend on the parents? No, we don't depend on the parents. Report the behavior to the school authority. No, that's very harsh. So first talk to the students to offer remedies. Question 99, when students brainstorm ideas, organize, edit and revise, what does this process reflect? So this is a part of the writing skills. Another assertion and reason. So this time we see that the paper has lots of assertions and reason questions. Reading and writing skills help in critical thinking at the primary level. Yes, they do. This is true. Critical thinking is a sub-skill of reading and writing. No, it's not a sub-skill. So A is true, but R is false. 101. Language skills are learnt best with the help of challenging mechanical, no. Drills, if the teacher focuses on one skill at a time, no, no. If they are dealt with an integrated manner, yes, integrated manner is the best form. Only through, so whenever there's only through, you don't even have to read the rest. So option 3, if they are dealt with in an integrated manner, will be the correct answer. 102, how to assess whether students have understood how to use the narrative skill. A teacher should ask students to, so sharing an incident when they were surprised, this would be a narrative skill. Circle the verbs, correct the mistakes, read a story. So those will not be assessing of narrative skill. Question 103. A teacher of class 7 is facilitating the reading of books other than the prescribed textbook. So, what is she promoting? She is promoting extensive reading or reading for pleasure. 104. The principal asked the language teacher to select textbooks and other resources for new session while selecting what is not relevant. Adaptability is relevant, learning needs and languages are relevant, level of the student is relevant. So the conceptual complexity, you don't want complexity and density of material, this is not relevant. Question 105. The teacher developed the criteria to monitor the use of language materials by learners. So teacher has developed something. Which criteria are most important and helpful in monitoring? Present prepare, no. Usability, repetition, no. Checklist assumptions. So this has not been well written. Observation, feedback sessions, and written report. So the teacher should observe, be able to give feedback, and then give written report. That is how you develop a criteria to monitor the use of language materials. So that was the pedagogy section. Let's move on now to the comprehension section. We first have the poem, which is Love Came to Flora asking for flowers. I'll just read out the poem. So love comes to Flora asking for a flower, that would of flowers be undisputed queen. The lily and the rose long, long had been rivals for that high honor. Bards of power had sung their claims. The rose can never tower like the pale lily with her Juno mane. But is the lily lovelier? Thus between the flower factions rang the strife in Psyche's bar. Give me a flower delicious as the rose, stately as the lily in her pride, but of what color? Rose red, love's first choice? Then prayed, no, lily white, or both provide. And Flora gave the lotus, rose-eyed dyed, and lily white, the queenliest flower that blows. So it's a fight between the lily and the rose, and finally the lotus wins. So which of the following attributes is not associated with the lily? So the color red is not associated with the lily. She's stately, pale white, and lovely. Read the following statements and choose the correct option. Again, an assertion and reason. The poets did not declare the lily as the queen of flowers, which is true. The lily was pale colored. That is, A is true, but R is not the only reason. This will be the best answer. A is not true, both A and R are true, but A and R are not true. So, one would be so A is true, but R is not the only reason, would be the best answer. Psyche's garden echoed with the sounds of a dispute between the supporters of the rose and the lily and the rose, they started fighting. Identify the rhyme scheme in lines 1 to 4. Flower, queen, bean, par. So A, B, B, A. A, B, B, A. Here it is, option number 3. 110, poetic device in line 1 and 10. Line 1 is love comes to Flora asking. So that's a personification. Only one with personification is 2. And 10 is stately as the lily in her pride. So that's a simile. So option 2 is correct. Compare the word analogy. Delicious is the same as inviting, and strife will therefore be the same as conflict. So this is the passage. I'm not reading this passage. Majority of the people, it's about a job and being competitive. So let's directly move on to the questions. So 112, read the following sentences. Determined people succeed occasionally. Few people believe that getting their dream job is a matter of luck. Majority of the people think that dream jobs are highly competitive. This is correct. Few people, no, I think many people believe, so this is not correct. And determined people occasionally, no, they always succeed. So only C is correct. C is correct. A and B are incorrect. Why is it not easy to predict the needs of the society? This is because the needs of the employers and the economy are changing at a fast pace. That is why it is not easy to predict the needs of the society. 114, a job seeker who likes challenges should keep his head down. This means he should confront challenging situations, not avoid or bow down his head or walk away. 115, what advice does the writer not give to employment seekers in para 3? This is para 3. To be dejected by rejection, this is not given. Talks about working for long hours, never giving up, and being patient. Identify the underlined parts of speech. Majority of people, so this is a noun. There are two nouns. Cancel this. And too hard to achieve. So hard would now become, it is qualifying achieve. So it's an adverb. So option 4 is correct. Majority is a noun, well as hard to achieve. It is hard is not the dream. The dream is not hard. It is dream is hard to achieve. So it is qualifying the verb achieve, and therefore it's an adverb. Question 117, they feel limited. So what does it mean? That they feel constrained. Question 18, it is quite easy to get a job immediately after graduating from a university. So this is wrong. A is incorrect. Okay. The economic scenario regarding job generation is difficult. This is correct. So A is incorrect, but R is correct. Learning the trade from the bottom up means, so learning it from the lowest to the highest hierarchy. Complete word analogy. Okay, complete the word analogy. Expectedly, unexpectedly. So that's opposite. Rejection, therefore, will mean selection. So with that, we come to the end of Language 1, English, in the 20th August 2023 paper. If this was useful to you, please do like this video and leave a comment. Thank you for watching.